What have you done, Ross?
Yeah, Mark here from Project 3300 and introducing the FOMO Megane 225. Luke bought his last week from Logan for $1,000. I bought mine from Malcolm East, a lovely young lady, 2,000, actually runs.
Drove it home?
Drove home, 147,000 Ks. It's the Mark II. It's the Cup.
Everyone can tell it's a Mark II because they're looking at the rear tail.
They're looking at the tail lights, they know this already. So, yeah. But it has its problems.
Well, it's a Renault.
So there's a, and it runs, it drives, but it'll go into some sort of limp mode. And
cutting your head off, mate. Sorry.
When it goes into a limp mode, you lose the ability to accelerate. Luke's experienced something similar in Woody's original 1.4 Clio, the 4-door, and in the end that car got scrapped. So, and this has been with a, is it Select Automotive?
Selective. No, it's been to Fred Hopkins.
Fred Hopkins, and
so
he's been
in Brisbane. He's considered the most knowledgeable. He's the Yoda of Renault in Brisbane.
So it's been to Yoda, and Yoda's obviously said,
Sell
unload this thing.
To his friend. She was a friend.
Unload it, you must. But, so it drives well now. I'll daily it to work, and I'll see what happens. But it sounds like there's some sort of issue there. Now, fortunately, Fred's done a lot of the process of elimination work. So he's done a throttle body. It's got a new O2 sensor. It's got new injectors. It's had the accelerator changed out in case it was a fly-by-wire issue. But this problem still persists somewhere in there.
But how do you know all this?
Because we had the most honest seller that I've ever, and you know, I think, Luke, you should have advocated for Taru as a Renault lawyer and to say, stop your client. You don't have to say anything at this point because
I was just an observer. I was an observer.
Yeah,
I was like the Greenpeace.
Full credit to her.
I was the Greenpeace, mate.
Full credit to her.
Observing the
like
atrocity.
We know Renault, so we're laughing, you know, filling out the registration paperwork, ticking the, you know, the 6-month box, saying how optimistic that is for 6 months worth of rego on a Renault, because we all know what they're like.
Asked her whether there was 2 keys. Yes, there is. One doesn't work.
Yeah,
yep.
Right.
Well, that's a Renault thing.
So yeah, very, very straight up seller. Really appreciated that, and yeah, just having that knowledge of what has been done to it, so we know, you know, otherwise you would just be, you know, reinventing the wheel almost and retreading the same car.
Over and over and over.
So we don't have to do that. But let's have a look around the car. So this is pretty neat.
Where's the scuff? Let's have the scuff. So that's the scuff.
Bit of a scuff there, a little bit of curb rash. Nothing, you probably saw the 182, we fixed that up. We'll do a group buy because Luke's got wheels that are much more scuffed up than this. It's got your traditional Australian sun fade on the bonnet. It's got the
grub that wanted to key your car.
Car grub. Yeah. One new xenon because it has had a slight bingle with the subframe replaced.
And another not so good xenon.
Replaced. Taru's half rebuilt the car for me, so that's great.
The paint on the front bumper looks really good, like it's a good finish.
Yeah, it's got some fairly new Pilot Sports on there, 18-inch. They aren't cheap. I just put some 20s of the same thing on the Mustang, and they're $1,400 a pair. So yeah, so these aren't cheap tyres. They're 18s. And look, you know,
if you look at things like that, the top there of your
see, that seems to be okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's obviously been garaged. Now, what did we find in the thing? Serviced by our friends down at French Affair. Was it French Affair?
It's been
when it was in Melbourne.
Victorian car.
Yeah, originally Victorian. So it's had
wasn't that Alpine?
Alpine Affair? No, Alpine. Yeah, it might have been Alpine Affair. Sorry. Yeah, not French Affair. What am I thinking of? Sorry, Alpine Affair in Melbourne.
Yeah, Alpine Affair.
So the original owner had been taking it to Paul at Alpine Affair. If you if any of you go there.
Really good service history. It's had the timing belt done at 120,000. It's now at
Which is
147.
a couple of years ago. And when was that done?
2020.
Yeah, so 4 years will be June soon.
Yeah. So
Due by man.
well, we've got the timing belt for this guy sitting on the bench inside.
The next bill.
But I'm acquiring problems quicker than I'm solving them at this rate. Look, hey, you know, this is the FOMO Megane.
I don't
And Luke's has obviously got the Megane. And that's what happens when you don't buy them from Lurgan, mate. The K's are genuine and they run.
Yeah, well, what can I say?
So yeah, Luke's actually going to pull the head off that the Megane 225 this afternoon and get a bit of a.
Well, you want a Megane tune next.
The Megane tune, yeah. We've got so we're going to file slap this guy with the tune, but you know, hey, it runs, it drives.
Needs a hood lining.
Needs a hood lining.
Needs a couple of
stuff.
It's just the heat. Oh, the interior wiper and the clock spring.
Clock spring.
So bang a clock spring in.
Yep.
Get that hood lining done. And get the roadie on it, sort out the paint.
And I reckon this is going to come good. I'm confident.
And I think, look, honestly, the lady who owned it, what's her name?
Tarut.
Yeah, well, she'd been made a genuine effort to maintain it and have it serviced properly.
Yeah, did all the right things.
Yet the Renault engineering just in the end became too unreliable for her.
And look, that's what I said. Look, these are fantastic cars, well engineered.
Except for the electrics.
When you look at the suspension on this, say compared to like the current Mustang, this looks prehistoric. But the Americans solve things by just adding more power. It's a simple formula, it works. The French get sophisticated, and that brings complexity.
There's no Ford in F1, is there?
There's no Ford in F1, that is true.
Oh well.
Yeah, mate, I'm really happy with this.
You can put 3 kids in the back,
yeah,
2 kids in the 4-door. Who needs your 2-door nonsense?
And if this breaks down, I've got my backup Renault.
If that breaks down, you got your backup Megane.
Yeah, I've got my backup Megane. So
you can't possibly have 2 broken down Renault Sport cars simultaneously. Surely.
Risk through,
You cannot possibly have that. The chances.
So yeah, the FOMO 225.
FOMO 225.